Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to HIMedia Helpdesk. I am your host, and today we are looking at combining conditional statements like if and else with loops. So, I'm going to be walking you through a brief little program and combining these two and why once you take one thing that seems pretty okay to work with and another thing that seems pretty okay to work with, it becomes pretty powerful. Now this is going to be simple, but you will see why it's important soon. So we are going to start with a for loop. So for, let's make our iterator variable, which is going to be an integer. I is equal to 0, semicolon, and then we're going to make I, while I is less than 10, semicolon, with an iterator of +1. So I equals I plus 1, and we are going to put our curly brackets because those are very important. Next, we're going to say, here's what this program is going to do. If an even number is printed, it's going to print out the words, this is an even number. If it puts out an odd number, it's going to put out this is an odd number. So let's run this real quick, see what happens. Alright, okay, so it runs these over and over again. So that's not what we want. So we need to add a conditional statement. So to start, if I, then we're going to move down here and close this bracket. So I'm going to presume that you guys know about plus, minus, multiply, divide, which are as follows: plus, minus, multiply, divide. But I'm going to cover that and the thing we're using, the modulo, which takes the remainder of a number, which basically just is something divisible, you know. So we're going to say if I is divisible by 2, put out an even number, else put out this is an odd number. I almost forgot. I had to put that real quick. Am I forgetting? I almost forgot. My apologies. I wrote that wrong. It's on me. If I modulo 2 is equal to 0. Okay. So let's run that. This is an even, this is an odd, this is an even, this is an odd, that seems to be about right. And then we're going, and let's just make sure that, let's edit that just to make sure everything's running correctly. So, let's see, why does this work? Well, the for loop does what a loop does, and it runs it as many times until this is no longer true. And it does that for about 10 cycles. Then we get down here. What's in this conditional statement? Well, I is we're doing a calculation of seeing if what the remainder of I divided by 2 is. So if the remainder of it is 0, then that means that it is an even number. In every other case, we go down here and it is an odd number. So I'll go into more detail in this in a future tutorial. Don't you worry about that. The point is just showing off how you can use this concept, loops, with these concepts and see some of the interesting things you can do. Just wait till we get to scanners and user inputs. That's when things get really interesting. But anywho, this has been HIMedia Help Desk. I am your host, and we will see you guys next time.